We are back and we are live for our first stream in the year of 2019. I hope everybody enjoyed their holidays, whatever holidays you celebrate, as well as your New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. So thank you to everybody who support our channel here and on Twitch as well in 2018. We hope 2019 will be even better than 2018. So we figured we go live as for today's scheduled YouTube stream to make up for our delayed Sports Sunday video. We weren't able to release it on Sunday, but I figured for today we make it up for what we weren't able to upload for Sunday. For some of the leagues that we're going to talk about, it's going to be NFL playoffs because the regular NFL season concluded this past Sunday, week 17, as well as some of the NBA games that are going on today, and as well as the big Premier League match as well for tomorrow, where Man City is going to be taking on Liverpool, and then also a few other events going on as well, especially with the college football bowl games that are going on with the national game remaining, where Alabama and Clemson will be playing on Monday, January 7th. But this past week, the rest of the bowl games were finished up, such as Ohio State taking on Washington in the Rose Bowl. You also had LSU and UCF, or University of Central Florida, also Georgia and Texas, amongst other bowl games as well. So we figured we'd just do this live for Sports Sunday, but then also just give a few updates as well too for what's going on in the channel as well. As for our Twitch poll and our Q&A series polls as well. For our Q&A series poll as well, when I give people a little more time to come up for suggestions with that, and as well as if I can think of something else to include in the poll that those in our community can vote on, we'll have that poll released. As for the Twitch poll, I did buy a new game that will be included in our Twitch poll. I won't say what it is yet, but before the end of this week, we should have our Twitch poll released. So it'll be as our normal standard time that the poll will be open for 7 days. So for those who would like to see a different game that we stream on Twitch, and then we upload highlight videos over to here, that would be your chance to do so. Just figured that we throw in at least one different game that we haven't included before. Again, I'll be more aware of any other deals that they have at the PlayStation Store as well. If there are any deals that I can take advantage of, we can include them in future Twitch polls. We could try to do that as well. That's another thing I would like to do in 2019. I guess this would be kind of like maybe like New Year's resolutions for our channel in general, but as well as I don't know, just like different changes too that are coming to like the channel as well. Probably just to try to introduce either new types of content or new ways to present different types of content in 2019 to try just try to be the same before in 2018. Not just only being experimental, but at least not being afraid to at least put something a little different out there, whether it be in thumbnails or just commentary, whether on here or on Twitch, or just in general, like I said, with the new game that we would include in our latest Twitch poll. That's like those are some of the many of the other changes that we're gonna have planned as well too, going forward for 2019. As for the NFL playoffs as well too, they're gonna start on Saturday, and then we'll have 2 games on Saturday and then 2 games on Sunday. So that'll be the wild card round of the playoffs that'll be starting. So top 2 seeds in each conference get a bye. Which both include in the AFC would be Kansas City Chiefs and New England Patriots. And then for the NFC, that includes the New Orleans Saints and the Los Angeles Rams. So for the 4 matchups, I should give my predictions for that as well. I would say the Ravens are going to beat the Chargers. Also, I hate to say this right now because I'm an Eagles fan, for those who don't already know. Because it's been a while because I was like talking about this as well. And I didn't think when they were 6 and 7, they didn't think they were going to win their last 3 games, but they're going to be taking on the Bears. I don't like to say this too. I think the Bears are probably going to win that game. I don't see us like making another Super Bowl run to defend the Super Bowl title. I'm wrong with that, but again, we'll see. They're going to be playing the last game. We'll be on the Sunday late afternoon game. But hopefully I'm wrong there. Also, the other teams are remaining playing as well too. Yeah, the Cowboys taking on the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks should win that one, even though they are playing at Dallas. At least I hope the Seahawks will win. That's one we're really hoping like Dallas is going to lose that one. But again, we will see. And then the other remaining game in the wild card round as well. You will have the Texans taking on the Colts. I think the Texans should probably win that one, even though the Colts had to beat the Titans in Week 17 for the Sunday night game to get into the playoffs, because the winner of that game, winner got to go to the playoffs, and then the loser, well, they're out, and then their season was done. So I think the Texans are probably going to win that one. So it'll be Ravens, Texans for the AFC, who would end up winning. So Ravens are the 4th seed. The Texans are the 3rd seed. And then also in the NFC, let's see, the Bears would be the 3rd seed, and then the Seahawks would be the 5th seed. So that's what I think would end up winning for the wild card round for the playoffs in the NFL. Now, as for the next divisional round of the playoffs, which will be next week, we can give our predictions for that. Even though we'll have our scheduled. Hey, Kelly, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us. How are you tonight? I hope you enjoyed your New Year's. Hope you enjoyed your holidays. Thank you for being here. I'm doing all right tonight, Kelly. Thanks for asking. Welcome. And then, yeah, that's for NFL. All right, that's good, Kelly. I'm glad to hear it. But, yeah, that was just for the NFL playoffs as well. I had pretty good holidays myself, too, but thank you for asking. Now, as for, Sports Sunday, probably for, next Sunday as well. We hope to get back to, a regularly scheduled upload for that. But I figured, since we missed it for this past Sunday, I would figure to include it in this live stream here. But, it's just to try to get us caught up. Now, like I said, for the divisional round of the playoffs, we'll let everybody know next week what at least our predictions are. But yeah, hopefully, like I said, too, I hope the Eagles can somehow get another upset, too. I don't think they will against the Bears, but we will see. Now, as for the NBA, probably the biggest game tonight will probably be the Thunder taking on the Lakers as well. The Thunder should probably win that one because LeBron isn't playing. At least I don't think he's still playing, too, because I know for his groin injury, nothing was broken. It wasn't a serious injury. So he should probably be back relatively soon. But again, depending on how long he's out for, given that the Western Conference, many of the teams that are trying to get to one of the 8 seeds again to the playoffs, it's pretty close overall. Just only maybe a few games separate the teams that are right on the 5th or 6th seeds versus those who are in 12th or 13th or even 14th, I think, too. Because I think besides the Suns, I think relatively every other team is either already a playoff seed as of right now, or they're pretty close to it, or it's within a reasonable amount of games they're only behind too that they can't catch up. Not to say the Suns technically can't catch up now, but given the way their season's going, I very much doubt that they would actually end up coming back. And plus tonight they're hosting the Sixers too, and Philly is one of the best teams right now in the league, so I can't imagine they're going to actually win that one, even though the Sixers played last night and actually won. As for the other games going on too, I think the Celtics will beat the Timberwolves. Magic should beat the Bulls. Like I said, Thunder would beat the Lakers. Sixers beat the Suns. And interesting right now, too, the Heat and the Cavs that are going on right now, too, they're keeping that relatively close, even though I think the Heat will still end up winning. But, yeah, we'll see. Because I think the Cavs, the last game they played, they were playing the Hawks, I think, and then the Hawks beat them. Which, speaking of the Hawks, too, they're playing on the road against the Wizards. I'm going to see if I can get an updated score here as well, too. Yeah, as of right now, too. It's towards the middle of the second quarter, or it's around 9 minutes left in the first half. Wizards still up by 6, and then the Heat actually pulled ahead and they're up 5. But yeah, with the Mavericks versus the Hornets too. Right now, yeah, the Mavericks have built up a pretty big lead, and then the Pelicans taking on the Nets too. And the Pelicans, yeah, haven't been looking too good this year, so more reason where Anthony Davis will probably be traded. But yeah, so just going through some of the NBA games as well too. And then, yeah, some of the college football bowls games I was able to watch over the past the holiday season, were through Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, or not Christmas Day. There weren't any bowl games on there. Or Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve. I think there's some bowl games as well too. New Year's Day. Overall, I would just say besides a few of the games where I think they kept it close, or they were one of the teams that were down by a lot, they made comebacks. Most of the bowl games I would say overall are fairly disappointing. Just because they either turned into blowouts or just the games were just boring overall. Just the Ohio State-Washington game for the Rose Bowl. Ohio State was leading by a decent amount for most of the game. Now, give credit to Washington for actually making it interesting and then trying to come back. But yeah, but up until the end too, the game wasn't really that exciting. But that being said too, just Dwayne Haskins definitely came through as with most of the games during the season and first 2 years so far at Ohio State. Now, would I think that he actually go declare for the NFL draft and instead of staying in school? Right now I'm leaning towards no, but I would be surprised if he said yes, just because for this draft it's projected that really there aren't going to be too many big time QB picks towards the top of the draft or going in the first round. There aren't that many quarterbacks to select from, but again, that's only one part of many factors to consider. Depending upon how many different teams are really looking for a quarterback. Now, obviously teams are always looking for a good quarterback too, but it's just a matter of more of an urgent need or some sort of immediacy or just being able to really look right away too if they would need a quarterback. That would probably be the only reason why he would go, just because he would feel like he would probably get like picked earlier in the draft or get like a higher draft choice from him. But I'm still leaning towards no, that he would stay in school, just because I think he wants to have a chance to win the big game. He wants to have a chance to win a national championship. Now, even though Urban Meyer, he's going to be retiring from coaching. This past Rose Bowl game was his final game of coaching. Uh, but I still think like there will still be strong contenders to at least to try to go for at least the playoffs and try to win a national championship. But I think Dwayne Haskins like is aware of that, obviously, and he wants to win one too. So he feels like, besides like if it wasn't for the one loss to Purdue, they would be at least would have been in the college football playoffs. Now, whether or not they would have won, who knows? But I think that would be like the big reason why he would want to stay in school, because as soon as he would either at least play well enough to get to a national championship and then win, that's when he would declare for the draft. I think that's the only one of the big things only like holding him back. Now, a matter of if he would want to finish his education, I'm not sure about that, but well, I would think like as of right now, he probably would stay in school for at least one more year. Now, I don't think they actually like made any sort of official decisions yet, but again, but we'll see. Now, NFL coaches as well too. There's a lot of vacancies for NFL coaches, which I think is gonna be interesting to see who's gonna end up going where, because I think there was like 10 vacancies in total throughout the entire league. But some of them just for several reasons too. Probably one of the more surprising coaches to lose their jobs was probably Mike McCarthy, I think, for the Packers, which I thought was like pretty surprising, just because even though he won a Super Bowl with the team, but lately they haven't been like playing very well overall. Like for this past season too, they had a losing record, but I figured the patience like ran out for him. But it'll be interesting to see who replaces him as the Packers head coach next year. And then there's there's several other team vacancies for head coaches as well too, besides the Broncos, the Dolphins, Buccaneers, and amongst other teams as well. But again, we will see who ended up taking those vacancies as well. But yeah, Premier League as well for going into international football for at least the Premier League in the UK. Hey, Coast Live, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us. Happy New Year to you as well. How are you tonight? Thank you for being here. Yeah, but for today, for Premier League matches, besides Man U winning against Newcastle 2-0, there weren't too many interesting matches for today. But like I said earlier in the stream, tomorrow's going to be the big matchup with Man City visiting Liverpool. That should be a really good match. But most likely, I would say Liverpool should win that one. If I had to put a prediction on that, I'd probably say Liverpool should win 3-1. Now, even though it doesn't sound close as well, but I would think Liverpool would eventually either they would keep it close, and then eventually they would just pull out ahead, either maybe towards the end of the second half, just put the match away. But I wouldn't be too surprised too if for like most of the match too was going to be kept close, even though Man City as of late too hasn't really been playing as well as they did earlier in the season. But again, we'll see. At the hospital here for 4 days with my mother-in-law has there. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Coast Life. I didn't know you were at the hospital, but what made your mother-in-law go to the hospital? Because I know you said you were there for 4 days. I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, I'm not sure like which channel the Premier League match is going to be on. So I'll try to watch it if I can. And besides that too, with the NFL, NBA, college football, bowl games, and then Premier League. And I know she's liver. Oh, that's not good. I'm sorry to hear that again. Oh, liver and kidney failure. So I assume like if it's hospice too, they're just they're at the point where they wouldn't be able to either. Well, one would say donated organs, but probably to have her liver and kidneys be able to at least function enough where she wouldn't have to like either stay at the hospital or just I don't know if it'd just be life support or like, but that's sad. I'm sorry to hear that. Let's see if I can update on our scores as well. Then here too. Oh, and then he pulled up significantly hit over the Cavs, but no, they're just doing comfort meds. You mean comfort meds? I assume I assume morphine would be used. Well, that's sad. Oh. I hope it wasn't. I don't know if this was like a bad infection or blood. I don't know if it wasn't chronic or it just it was more of a sudden thing. Yeah, morphine's with that's why it's a comfort med. That's why I figured they would give her. I don't know if it was just something that which happened more suddenly or if there's just something that she was dealing with for an extended period of time. I'm not sure. I assume she got to live at least a good length of life. I'm not sure how old she is now. It's been for a while. I assume you stay in the hospital nearly all day, or do you just go? Did you visit your mother-in-law and then you just if you had to either work or something, you left and you came back? I'm not sure if you just stayed by her bedside for a long part of the day, or just visit in and out. I've been here since the nursing home. Oh, I hope she at least lived a good long life. For at least I know for that. However, life as anybody in general too, we don't know for sure when it actually happened specifically. We did watch it. Oh, well, yeah, that too. But yeah, they were playing the Saints. Hope so. Yeah, yeah, they were playing the Saints. I know the Panthers ended their 7-game losing streak against them, but the Saints again, they had all their backups in because they already got the number 1 seed. But the Panthers did win that game. She has alcohol-induced dementia, so she's in it. But she doesn't have Alzheimer's though, right? Or she isn't. It's just dementia. She's not like too delirious, or the very least, she's like at least at some points in time, like, or even if it's not consistent. No, okay, or it's not like at least somewhat cognizant of her surroundings, unless she's just like you said in and out of it. She would at least be somewhat cognizant of her surroundings, or if she would, even with dementia, I don't know if she would recognize those who are visiting her, whether it's you or another one of her loved ones. She doesn't. Oh, she doesn't. She don't know where she is. That's rough. Hmm. If it's been like you said an issue for a while, was she living in like a lot of pain, or just like something that was at least up until now somewhat manageable? She yells out for me, so I know she knows I'm here. Steelers and New York Jets Nation, welcome. Thank you for joining us. How are you tonight? Oh, man, I'm surprised that the Steelers didn't actually make the playoffs this year. I was a little surprised about that too. I don't know, some of the calls I got during their season were kind of questionable, but yeah, I don't know what the Jets are going to do in general. Great, that's good. I'm not sure what the Jets are going to do in general. I guess Darnold, I guess like that'll be their future, and then as for the Steelers, it's me. Oh, it is DK. Oh, okay. DK, I didn't know it was you. I didn't know you had a different channel. Gotcha. Oh, that's cool. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the Steelers would try to eventually get a replacement quarterback too in the draft. Now, who they would end up taking, I'm not sure. I forget like what their first pick would be when they would get it. And the Jets. Well, the Jets don't really need a quarterback. They have Darnold, but still. Let's take a quick look at that. I'm not sure like who has what picks though. She's been nursing for a month now, but her health wasn't nowhere as it is now. Oh. Nowhere near as it is now. It's kind of. I know New York just didn't make it. Yeah, DK. Yeah, they didn't make it either. I think the Jets were one of the worst teams, but it's kind of shocking. Like in a month, too, like her health just deteriorated. Like there just went, it declined. It's kind of surprising. I know she had the, you said like the alcohol-induced dementia. She's had, or the bad blood infection that she was dealing with for a while. But still, it's kind of surprising too. It just like happened in like a short period of time from when she went to the nursing home till now. Oh, my New Year was pretty good. DK, thanks for asking. How was yours? No, I'm just looking at the draft order for 2019 really quick. Well, obviously, the Cardinals were the worst team in the league, so they got the first one. The Jets are have the third overall pick again, but they don't have a second round pick because they traded to get Darnold last year to the Colts. No, now I hate that she even wanted. Oh, why is that, Coast Life? Would you have preferred she lived on her own? I don't know. For me personally, for nursing homes, I feel like there's like a lot of people where if they made some accommodations, they could probably avoid having to go to a nursing home. But I feel like a nursing home should really only be used unless it's really absolutely necessary, and where it's just not possible to either have somebody if you would need to be around somebody who would need assistance, at least with either medical needs or living in general. I think most people just jump to a nursing home in some cases too quickly, or that they don't really put uh, any sort of like other like alternative like in place, at least like see if it would be possible to avoid having to go to a nursing home. But again, that's just my opinion on that. It could be wrong, it could be right. Yeah. Oh, that's cool, DK. Nice. From Okay, how is Twitch go? Twitch is going pretty well so far, DK. It's going pretty well. So I was just talking about Twitch earlier in the stream. Uh, Yeah, I bought a new game that we want to include in the Twitch poll. We should have the poll up before the end of this week. We won't say what the new game is though. I don't know. I might even, and I also said for the PlayStation Store for my PS4, which I, used to play games where I stream on Twitch. I'd be more likely at least going forward this year and on to see if there are any like pretty good deals that a PlayStation Store is going to have. Oh, nice. Oh, I heard Red Dead 2 is really good too. Eventually, I want to get that. BO4 I might get. I'm not sure yet. BO4 just says like the multiplayer mode. There's no single player campaign. I would just feel like for BO4, if I did get it, I would just eventually get really bored with it. I don't know. It would just only be multiplayer, but I don't know. I haven't played it yet. I should have been doing that before too with the PlayStation Store to see if there were like any deals that they were offering before, but oh well. It's okay, It's okay. Just like looking at the rest of the draft order as well. The Panthers are they have their 16th pick overall. For the Eagles, we have a 22nd pick. Well, the Packers have 2 first-round draft picks. Where are they? Oh, it's 12th. But yeah. But for those who don't know yet, for our Twitch schedule, we start 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every day but Saturday. That's pinned to our Twitter as well, just so everybody can see it. But yeah, this was just like our we wanted to like make up for not having our Sports Sunday video uploaded on Sunday. We just at least talked about it here. But yeah, we probably won't be on for too much longer, just so you have time to get set up for Twitch. But again, like we said, the Twitch poll will go up before the end of this week, most likely. I don't know if there's gonna be like any other like games I might try to include into the poll. At least we'll have the one where I haven't included any for the new game that I bought. Haven't included in any of the previous polls yet. As for the Q&A series as well too, I want to like try to get up the poll for that up soon. Just want to give people more of a chance to come up with suggestions for us to talk about in the Q&A series. Who's got destroyed in the hurricane in her bedroom was destroyed with her house. She was staying with the front up and up until she got 36 or she so stay put her. Oh. It's rough, guys. I'm sorry that your house got destroyed in the hurricane. I'm sorry to hear that. I don't know if your mother had anybody else she could have stayed with to avoid the nursing home in general. I hope it's that you don't feel bad or guilty because for your house that getting destroyed in the hurricane too. And for that, obviously you couldn't control the hurricane too. And with that, I just didn't. The state had to like just come in, I guess too. I'm not sure if that's just. I don't know how standard that is too. It's just saying like, okay, now the nursing home, but it's just for that too. It's like, yeah, you couldn't control like the hurricane. Just did what it did to your house, and then with your mom's friend that she was staying with before she got sick. That wasn't something you can control too. So, just for that, I hope you just don't feel guilty about that because like those are things you couldn't control. It would be sad too that like for that too. It's like even if you what was like a bad blood infection or whatever, she should at least be able to try to live on her own, or at least at the very least to have somebody check up on her on a regular basis. And her bedroom was destroyed. Yeah, obviously the four your house was their bedroom was there too. It's been rough. I do. What would you specifically feel guilty about too? Because your home, and then with her bedroom was stripped from a natural. It was from a occurrence in nature. Just for the hurricane too, you can't really like stop a hurricane from going where it's gonna go. And then with your mom's friend too becoming sick, that's not something you could had any control over either. And I'm not sure if you were able to at least rebuild another home, or I don't know if it's like I don't know if it's like FHA would be involved. It's like with the depending. I guess it depends on your mortgage. I assume it would be through FHA or something like that. So I don't know. I don't own a home too, so I'm not sure how that would work. Because it all depends on it goes back to your mortgage, and then whatever home insurance. There'll be a stipulation with your mortgage that they would have. Thanks for being here. No, yeah, no problem, Coast Life. I like talking to you as well. No problem. Uh, but yeah, so it's something to like. I never had the experiences that you're going through too, so it doesn't sound like I know what I'm talking about. I just don't have a lot of experience to draw from specifically for what you're going through. But yeah, I would say for that too. Even though you shouldn't feel any guilt because those like a hurricane and your mom's friend getting sick, those are nothing like you had any control over. There's nothing you could have done about that. Yeah, well, it's pretty traumatic. At least those two events that you've gone through between what happened to your home and then with your mom's friend now having to cause with your mom going to the nursing home and now with her now. But yeah, well, it'd be normal too. That's so you'll be feeling all different kinds of different, like you said, emotions. You have at least a lot of internal reaction going on. We're applying for assistance though, FEMA. Oh, wait, why were you? Did they say why you were denied? That seems like it would qualify under FEMA. Seems like an emergency, after a hurricane. But hmm. And then also, yeah, like I said, national championship game as well too. It's Alabama taking on Clemson. Uh, it's gonna be January 7th. It should be a good game, but probably most likely it'll be close. But I think Alabama will end up winning. For those who don't know, Clemson is located in South Carolina. Both teams are in the SEC. Uh, but yeah, for the SEC, I guess you're used to seeing a lot of their teams do well, or at least seeing SEC presence. And now the college football playoffs and not the national championship. But yeah, but thank you to everybody for joining us for our first stream here on 2019. Pretty soon we'll have to be heading off to be on Twitch. But I just figured that we didn't get to do Sports Sunday video for Sunday. I figured we'd make it up here, and at least check in, well, with everybody here on YouTube, and then also to let everybody know about the Twitch poll as well. I know it's been like a kind of like a quiet like stream overall, but but at least at least we're here now. Even though I wasn't like saying, I don't usually say as much as I normally do, but we're here. Enjoy the time that we do have. Draft. Just also looking through the rest of the, at least the projected NFL draft when people have for picks. Didn't see why we were denied, so we appealed in and denied again. Huh. That's weird. They didn't say why. Would think they have to at least give you a reason. They imply then you deny it again. Like, wow. If it's FEMA, it's not built into the law where if you apply and then for some reason they don't like offer help to you, they don't at least say why. If not, you at the very least owe that. You say, okay, well, why can't we get any help from something that it's a program's designed to help for those in a kind of situation we're in now, but I'm not sure. Oh yeah, no problem, DK. See you later. Thank you for joining us tonight. You have a great night as well. I'll see you later. Take care. But yeah, we won't be on for much longer because then we have to get set up for Twitch. Probably under 5 more minutes that we're gonna not be live for. I'm just looking at the rest of the NFL draft as well. It's also interesting to see if there'll be any more trades that are going on for picks as well. I think that's 4 of the last 6 games. Let's see, the Steelers are 20th. I wouldn't be surprised too if the Cardinals with the overall number 1 overall pick. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually started thinking about trading as well. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know who they would take at number 1, but that's just only my opinion on that. But yeah, the Jaguars been picking 7th overall. I could see them taking a quarterback, even if this is not the best quarterback. No problem, Coast Life. You don't need to apologize. Don't worry about it. I know, I would say like where you go through. Yeah, it's more important than like just me talking about like the NFL draft in general. But yeah, it's like I had no idea you were going through that much. But you don't have to apologize. Don't worry about it. But I was just saying, like I said before too, try as much as you can to try not to feel guilty because these were things that between the hurricane and then your mom's friend getting sick, like I said, those aren't things you couldn't control. I know you're feeling all different types of emotions, but one emotion really shouldn't be guilt too because you're already dealing with got more than enough to worry about. I don't think guilt is something you also need to burden yourself with as well too, especially if it's guilt that's not justified or you didn't there wasn't those are things that are beyond your control. Josh Allen for the Bills quarterback. We don't have him for funerals and everything. Just oh, I'm sorry. For money for funeral. That's rough. Just hanging out of prayers right now, but yeah, you'll definitely be in my thoughts, Coast Life. Because I didn't know that you were going through all this. It's like that was, like I said, it was rough. Okay, then 24, but yeah, I don't mean to just like cut the live stream short here too, but yeah, we're going to have to end the live stream here, so we're gonna have to be heading off to Twitch. But again, for Coast Life, yeah, you would definitely be in my thoughts as well. Um, yeah, I'm sorry like for like everything that you're going through. The thing to do is to stay strong, and then whatever happens to is like for your mother-in-law as well too. Uh, just do what you can too as well to like to make her proud as well. Just make her proud of you, and then like I said, like I know, like I said this before, I know you're dealing with a lot too, but any sort of guilt should not be one of them. But yeah, if you like need to talk later too, or just need somebody like just to lend an ear to, you could just like reach out to us on just on Twitter or Instagram. I'm not sure what other accounts you have as well. I'm not sure if the communities tab too that they have. Just wish you could come out of this, but yeah. And then yeah, even before too, it's just like the blood infection too. Just accept the issues for a while too. But you see, like I said, yeah, I'm not sure like what other social media accounts you use, but yeah, if you just if you wanted to talk more too, you can either reach out to us on Twitter, Instagram. I don't know if the communities tab, if they let you just post to respond, because like I think we have that. We can like put posts or polls or whatever, but I don't know if like you can send like private messages to people on YouTube. I'm not sure, but either way, if you just like want to talk more, just like you can reach out to us either Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Uh, I don't think you have Twitch though too, because you can send direct messages on that. But yeah, if you need to talk, just like let me know. But we'll be heading off to Twitch right now. We'll be starting at our regularly scheduled time at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you to everybody who joined us. We'll let everybody know when our Twitch poll will be up. We will see you guys over on Twitch. We're going to get set up for that. Thank you to everybody for being here, and we will see you over there real soon.